He won a NASCAR race before he got his driver's license. Sam Mayer is one of the rising stars in the sport. The Franklin teenager is collecting wins and standing out on the track for good reason.
I've had a steering wheel in my hand ever since I was like 2 years old.
Sam Mayer has been weaving through this track outside of his home in Franklin since the age of 4.
To be honest, I wouldn't have trusted myself when I was that young, but my dad trusted me, and that's kind of what kicked off my career.
Sam Mayer to the lead.
A career spent in the fast lane.
As soon as he gets the lead, all they see is his taillights.
At the age of 17, he is already the youngest NASCAR champion in history.
Winning a championship and being the youngest champion is something to be really proud of.
Sam Mayer picks up the win at
This
5.
past weekend, Mayer clinched his second straight ARCA Menards Series championship.
Mayer has done it. He has won at Bristol.
Last month, he won a Truck Series and ARCA race on this same night at Bristol Motor Speedway.
I always dreamt of it, but I never thought I would get here this quickly. Those up there are championship race wins.
There are more trophies than shelf space inside his bedroom.
Some of my most proud stuff.
A picture of Dale Earnhardt Jr. hangs on the wall. And when Mayer turns 18 next year, he will race for his childhood idol at Junior Motorsports.
Signing a deal with them when you're not even old enough to drive for them is something that I never thought it would be possible. Yeah, it's definitely something special. I mean, there's been so many drivers that's gone to Junior Motorsports and gone up to the Cup Series after that. So I hope to be one of the next drivers to do that.
Now a hat trick of wins in the ARCA Menards Series for Sam Mayer.
As he drives towards his dreams, Mayer is using his winning platform to promote winning causes.
In that Vince Lombardi Cancer Foundation Chevrolet.
The teenager partnered with Capture Sports Marketing this season. Each week, his 21 car spotlights a different nonprofit organization founded by other pro athletes.
It's a really good way to give back.
In 12 ARCA races featuring 12 different custom designs, Mayer has won 8 checkered flags.
They've got a star. It's Sam Mayer.
Look, I don't think it's that far outside of the possibility. We're looking at the 4th MVP of a major sporting organization in the state of Wisconsin with him. To have that foresight to really want to give back to the community, to the causes that are not only important to him, but his surrounding areas and communities is incredible.
Sam Mayer picking up the victory here at Dover International Speedway.
It means a lot to me because I've lost a lot of people to different illnesses and stuff like that, and I've known people that don't have the ability to do what I do, and it's an awesome way to give back to those people and then people I don't even know.
A winning outlook for this teenager who is making a name for himself in the winner's circle.
I'm really grateful for the opportunity I have to do this, and hopefully there's many more wins to come.